back to the journey. Welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog, and welcome to Christmas Eve of 2023. So, this previous week, I didn't do much. As you've seen all the posts, I just tinkered around in the shed a little bit, did a couple projects. But yeah, I ended up doing a lot on the shed. I know I've had a lot of people reach out and they're glad to see me putting up more videos. They're glad to see more pictures and posts and everything like that. And I hate to disappoint and be a Grinch during Christmas Eve, but I maxed out my cards, so I have no credit to run up anymore. So the pictures, the posts, the videos are going to get slim again. The reason why? I don't have any more funding to continue on the shed for now. So for the next couple months, the content's going to dry up a little bit. I hate to say it. Unless, we all get together and get a billionaire to sponsor me to do more projects on the homestead. But I did what I was able to do. Got pretty far. Not as far as I want to. But like I've been talking about for the last several Sunday Monday vlogs about motivation, dedication, determination, goals, commitments, and everything else. You can see I am highly motivated to getting to the homestead. I definitely want to get back over there. Now, I've had a couple people ask privately, not through YouTube, why I'm putting in such a nice floor in the shed, why I'm spending the money for the spray foam and doing the different things. Little by little, it will get done. I appreciate that, Norman. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's amazing. I appreciate it. And as you see, I don't know if you saw the dog door, so the $60 you did last time, you can say it went to insulation or it went to flooring or to that big old dog door on the side of the door underneath the window. That was like $90 at Home Depot. And the dog door is only made for a 2-inch door, so I'm custom doing it to do a over 4-inch fit. I cut the plastic on the outside. I'll be showing that eventually. But I've had a lot of people wondering why I'm putting so much money into the shed and why I don't just temporarily move into the shed. Like I've had many subscribers and people talk about before, why am I still in this restaurant? Why don't I just move into the shed and save the money and build a house? Well, I've decided a couple different things during my time over at the homestead. One, the VA doctors may be right. I hate to admit it, but I am not doing as well as I thought I'd be able to do. And to build a full house right now, I think that might be out my purview. For what I talked about on the surprise live over there when I was in the shed. So Friday night, something's happened to me that hasn't happened before. And that was, I took a bath. My back and neck were still hurting. So I went to drain the water. I'm like, I'm going to just lay till the water goes out. Well, I passed out in the bathtub. So I woke up hours later, cold, wet, semi-dry. I've never passed out in bathtub before. So that's one reason. Just doing the shed thing is making me realize the VA doctors may be right that doing a full house build, that's going to take longer than I thought. I had thought before I could get a house done in a year. I think it may take longer than that. And you can hear the baby back there, which is good. I'm glad to hear the baby goat. I'll get to the baby in a minute. Baby's going to keep talking till I get to it. But during the shed build, the reason I'm making it nice is because I think I'm going to stay in the shed for a while. I'm going to put the house build off for a bit. I also want to try to take the money and use it towards getting more pastures built and pens for the animals. I want to get the barn built so I can have corrals where I can have the moms and the babies together. So like Nene kicked off this baby again. The baby was like lifeless, head locked back. So I got some Nutri-Drench in the baby. Been doing my Gatorade Alien Mix for the baby. It's got conjunctivitis in the eye. So now I'm using the pink eye stuff. And the baby has not been doing that good. The baby's finally starting to yell, which means it wants food. I've been pumping fluids, medicine, LA200. For those of you that have livestock, you know LA200 will help bring them around as well. So between everything, I'm bringing the baby around. But that's another reason why I think I'm going to put the house built off. I want to focus on getting the barn built and getting the pastures built, because then that will save me money on the feed bill. And we all know my feed bill is outrageous. I know everybody wants me to get rid of animals, but that's like you having 5 or 6 kids and saying, okay, let's get rid of 4 of them and only have 2. You don't just get rid of your babies. You find a way to keep producing the money to produce the food and what they need. So that's the avenue I'm thinking of right now. Is I want the shed nice, because I'm not going to have plumbing and a kitchen and everything like that. And we all know I lived in a hobo tarp tent. Then I lived in the camper trailer out on the ranch with no electric, no water. Then I lived in the shed here, no electric, no water. Then I'm in the restaurant, which has been nothing but broken pipes, electrical issues, and other things I've had to patch throughout time. Put in new AC units, things like that. So I want something nice for once. And like I talked about on the last Sunday, Monday vlog, how I've had a couple people say I should save my money and not go out to have a steak dinner, or I shouldn't get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee when I can make coffee here at the house cheaper. It goes to the thing, when you work as hard as I try to work and as hard as you work, we all deserve a treat. I buy carrots and apples and cookies and stuff for the animals because that's a treat for the animals. The dogs get their special things. We got to remember, as homesteaders, we have to take care of ourselves. We need sleep. I know the VA doctor says good food. I'm still working on that. But this is going to be my treat. For the effort I'm going to be putting in to the homestead, I want something nice for once. It won't be exactly what I want, because I'm not going to have the nice kitchen. I won't have the nice bathroom with the walk-in shower and jacuzzi tub and all that stuff. That will be in the future. But I'm thinking, once I can get the tiny home shed conversion thing put together, I can't move out the restaurant right now. Even if a billionaire came on right now and said, here's the money, finish it, move it out there tomorrow, because that's my dream, to be on the homestead, I wouldn't be able to do it. Why? I got the restaurant. The restaurant's only heat source is the wood stove over there. So if I'm not here putting wood in the wood stove, then all the pipes are going to burst yet again. And then this would be a disaster. So my goal right now is probably March or April, depending on weather, depending on my money, because January, February, I got paid towards my credit card to try to open up available credit again, so I can be in debt yet again, to continue going forward with the conversion. But if I can get over there March or April, then I can have the AC units here just to keep this at like 80 degrees. It doesn't have to be super cool in here, but I don't want it super hot in here, because I still have food and stuff here, because I'm not going to have all the storage space in that tiny shed for me and the 4 dogs. But then I can transition over that way. That's my goal right now. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Steve's working on a broken generator that I've had, or will be working on it in January, February. And if he can get the generator working, then I can use the generator to charge my solar batteries that I have back there in the cabinet. If the generator doesn't work, then I might be delayed out to like May or June or July, because I have all the trees to cut. I have all the steel I have to buy, and the nuts and the bolts and the lock washers and lock nuts and all that to build the frame to hold the solar panels. And that's going to be a lot of work. Along with, I still need to finish the fencing for this next pen so I can get the animals moved into fresh pasture this summer or late spring after everything blooms. So I'm going to see what I'm going to be able to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to be capable of, what I'm going to be able to get done in the amount of time. But I definitely wore myself ragged this past week trying to get into the shed. Like I said, just being over there at 1, 2 in the morning, leaving from the homestead. The one night I sat out there on the tailgate and it's complete blackness and nothing but stars to stare at because you have all the trees that make it darker. So it's kind of looking like a kaleidoscope in a way, just through that hole with all the different colors and stars up above. I just can't wait to have a porch out there. That's another expense eventually. I want to do a little deck. I want to have my little propane barbecue grill there. Baby's not crying. My bench glider that I had out here so I can sit there, watch the sunsets, watch the stars, be able to do some live stream out on the homestead because I've got great cell phone reception up there so the videos come out clear. As far as I know, if the videos aren't coming out clear out there, let me know. But from me rewatching, it seems I have better reception there than I have here at the restaurant. I do have a lot more to do. I got to buy more insulation. I'm going to take the pack of flooring that I have left over back to Home Depot, swap that out for a bag of insulation. I need 4 more bags for the walls to get finished. I'm using rock wool. I had a couple people ask what type of insulation I'm using. I'm using rock wool insulation because it's better with moisture than fiberglass. It's a lot denser and more soundproof than fiberglass. It has a higher melting point than fiberglass insulation. The reason I'm not doing foam insulation, everybody asks why I don't have foam come in. Like we did in Carla's house and had all the walls spray foam, is because I found out the spray foam is so highly flammable. I don't want a highly flammable thing inside a small building like that. So I did rock wool insulation. It's like $62 a bag. It's R13. They had a R15 for $10 and some change more per bag. So I just went with 2 R's below because $10 a bag is a lot when you got to buy like 15 bags. And so I need 3 more bags, like I said. Merry Christmas to you too, DT. I need 3 more bags for the walls, and then I have no idea how many I need for the ceiling, probably 8 to 10 bags there. And then for those of you asking about the walls, I'm going to do, like you saw in my house in Colorado that I did, I'm going to do 3/4 inch plywood. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the 8-foot boards this way. The plywood's going to be 4x8 sheets. So I'm going to have the wall come up 4 foot with plywood. And then I'm going to stand corrugated tin like I did in Carla's kitchen. And then above that, I'm going to do the tongue and groove pine. And then I'm going to do a mix. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do the ceiling. But like I said, I want it kind of nice. I haven't had a nice place in a long, long time. Another reason why I did the floor that I did, the life proof, because it's all plastic. There's no cardboard or anything. So with the dogs, muddy paws, moisture, things like that, it's not going to deteriorate. So I'm making it nice, but I'm also making it easy to clean. I got a Swiffer that my grandfather had. I never threw it away. It's still brand new in the box. He never cleaned his house. So I have a Swiffer with the pads and all that I can wipe the floor down easily, along with the shop vac that you saw in the video. Same thing with the tin. The tin's going to come up 4 foot. That way the dogs don't scratch up the walls or anything like that. Tongue and groove above will get that cabin feel. And then the ceiling's going to be the tongue and groove and tin. I'm not sure exactly how I'm designing the ceiling yet. And then I'll get LED lights like I did in here. And I had at my house, but I'm not going to do the light bulb LEDs. I'm going to do the flat lights that go up into the ceiling that are recessed. And that's going to be that for the inside. Then the outside, the end that had the garage door, I'll eventually buy tin and seal that up. For now, it's just the plywood. I do have a thing of white caulk. I'll seal around the windows and doors after everything dries back out because we've been having rain. That's on the to-do list. I still have the garden on the to-do list, along with all the posts and the pictures and the videos you see me doing this past week in the shed. You got to remember, I've been dealing with a sick baby goat that the mama kicked off for not the first time, but the second time. So this is twice now I've had the baby here. And finally bringing baby back around where now she's vocal. She's ready for a bottle. I've been watering the animals, hauling water to the homestead because we haven't had enough rain to fill the water troughs over there. I've been feeding hay, been graining the animals every day, along with trips back and forth to Harrison, which is 25 miles away, 26 miles away. So it's been busy. I got my ham. I got my potatoes and sour cream and chives and green beans. And after this video, some point tonight before, say, 1 in the morning, I'm going to start cooking Christmas dinner. I'm going to have that done tonight so that way I can have a plate at like 1, 2 in the morning before I go back to bed. And then that way tomorrow I can have my tradition. I'll finish my tradition tonight. For those of you that don't know my tradition, I watch Polar Express, and the very last, I watch several Christmas movies, normally Christmas Eve. This year I haven't done much. For those of you that know how much I love Christmas, I didn't even decorate the Christmas tree. No ornaments on it. I barely watched any Christmas movies, but I'm going to watch some Christmas movies tonight. The very last Christmas movie I watched, as tradition, is The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the old cartoon, the original. That's the very last one I watch before I go to bed. And then Christmas Day, I stay home, except I will go out to grain the animals, but then I'll come back home. I watch 2 movies that I only watch Christmas Day, and that's It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story. And I lay on the couch in PJs all day. My gray sweatpants everybody was talking about in the shed. And Merry Christmas to you too, Junior. And have my Christmas dinner. That's why I'm going to cook it tonight, so that way I don't have to do any cooking tomorrow. I can just heat up a plate, lay on the couch, maybe make a fire if it's not 70 degrees, like the dog's over there sleeping on the couch right now, and just take it easy. And then, like I said, since I've maxed everything out again, then I'll be just dealing with the baby, I guess, because I don't have anything else to do except I will swap that bag of flooring out for insulation, and I'll get that installed. So I won't have a bunch of content coming out for a little bit. I'll get some video of the different babies, loudmouth back there, as soon as she's totally better, because no point in making video with her gunk in her eyes and all that. With Q-tips, I got to take out every little bit, because nobody wants to see sick animals. So I'd rather get the video when she's fully better. But you can hear she's vocal, so that's healthy right there that she's able to talk. Because for a while she's been quiet. It's been nice being quiet. Not nice because we know she's not fully good when they're quiet. You want them vocal so you know that they got the energy back. She's up walking around now, so that's a good thing. And before you know it, she'll be trying to get out of the pen back there, and then I've got to deal with another situation. But we're going to get her together. So this upcoming week will be the bag of insulation I'm going to do. The floor is all done. For those of you that didn't see that post, the floor is all done inside the shed. I do have 4 sheets of plywood inside the shed. So as soon as it dries out and I'm able to get out there and cut that. I was able to cut the floor today in the rain because the floor is all plastic. Water's not going to mess with it. It's 100% waterproof. I'll get those 4 sheets of plywood up where I do have the insulation, and then I'll just chug along whatever I can do here and there. I can't really do anything else because I got to order grain the first week of January. So that's going to be another $1,400 that I have to have available on my card to put that on the card. So my VA money in January will go to open the credit card to remax it back out for the grain. I do have fencing there. I have the poles. I do have a stack of concrete back here inside the restaurant, so that's probably what I'm going to end up doing is going back to fencing for now. Feels a little bit defeating because I've made so much progress on the shed that I don't want to stop on the shed, but what can you do? I just got to stop and do something until I have the money. I'm getting there little by little, and you can too. So for everybody that says you can't just make things happen overnight, look at what I did in a week overnight. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, chugging away at the homestead. If you're determined enough, if you're motivated enough, if you're willing to go into debt like me, you can make things happen. If I could have a couple more credit cards with another $10,000, $20,000 of credit line, I could have the shed done. I could be over there. I could order rest of batteries for the solar, a generator, and I could be there next week. I know that's not going to happen because I'm not going to come into $10,000, $20,000 overnight unless Santa Claus delivers that tomorrow. I doubt that. However, I did have a subscriber send me this. Yep. For anybody that loves pumpkin spice, Pete's Coffee. He sent me this last year, and it's the best pumpkin spice in the world. Beats Starbucks, beats the Walmart brand, beats the Dunkin' Donut brand. So if you love pumpkin spice, treat yourself and get Pete's Pumpkin Spice. It's to die for. So I appreciate that as well, along with a couple Christmas cards that were sent to me. So thank you guys for that. Thank you, Norman, for the $5 super chat again. I hope everybody has a great Christmas. This upcoming week, like I said, it's just going to be probably rest, a lot of rest. Just taking care of the animals, checking on the babies. I'm up to 6 goat babies. I failed today because I was so worn out. Went over, finished the floor this morning. It was pouring down rain. I was soaking wet. Didn't even feed the animals today. Didn't even go check on the babies today. I'm just burnt out. I'm done. Came home, laid down on the couch. One of my subscribers called me today. I didn't see it for a couple hours until I woke up because I came home. I didn't even take a shower. I laid on the couch and I passed out and I slept for most of today. So I know I'm probably going to sleep well again tonight. Another reason why I want the cooking done. But then again, I might not be sleeping with loudmouth back here. So we'll see how that works out. But with that, I hope everybody enjoys themselves. And one thing I never thought about on Polar Express, the Christmas movie, I watched that last night, is in there, the train conductor says, one of the greatest gifts is friendship. And I want everybody to think about that and realize how appreciative I am of all of you. Because unlike family, you don't get to choose your family. Only non-blood family do you get to choose. Because everybody's got family that's not blood. Because there's people that's not blood that means more to you than blood family. But friendship, everybody chooses that. Everybody chooses to be a part of my journey, or they choose to be a part of your journey, or you choose to be a part of somebody else's journey. And I want you to think about that and how valuable that is. So for those of you that think, I have no money, I have nobody sending me presents, Christmas shouldn't be about that. you should be thinking about the greatest gift of all, which is friendship. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you appreciate each and everybody that is a part of your journey, a part of your world, because we only have so much time on this planet, and it's only us that get to decide what we spend our time on. Do we spend it on depression, sadness, anger, guilt, or do we spend our time on happiness, enjoyment, spending time with friends, talking to who we want to on the phone, responding to those text messages that you want to? We all make that decision. So when somebody picks up the phone for you, when somebody responds back in text message or a letter or an email, you got to remember they set that time aside for you, and you're that special. So you may not have monetary, but you may have a lot more than somebody that's got $1 million sitting in their McMansion this Christmas all alone with no one to talk to. Something to consider. I'm going to go get this baby a bottle. I hope everybody has a great Christmas Eve. I hope everybody has a great Christmas, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank each and every one of you. With that, remember, live happy, live free. That's the only way to be. I'll see you guys on the next video.